Hello, Henry. My band. I have the best band in the world. I mean, Sammy Alpha on bass, from originally from Hanoi Rocks in the '80s, the original Hanoi Rocks bass player. He's also played with the new New York Dolls, and Joan Jett, and Jet Boy, and oh, he's just the best rock and roll bass player in the world. Him and Duff McKagan now that Lemmy's gone, him and Duff McKagan, I think, are the best bass players in the world. Uh, rock and roll bass players. Yeah, Sammy being my blood brother and my best friend throughout the years, it's great to have him. Him and I started this band. Through him, I got Steve Conte on guitar. Steve is amazing, fantastic player, singer, songwriter, everything. I mean, this guy's, I'd say, underrated as an artist. Not many people know about him, but he used to play with Mink DeVille. He played with Paul Simon. He was like Paul Simon's right hand man. And he had a band called Company of Wolves back in the '90s. We were label mates, actually, even though we didn't meet back in the '90s. Maybe I saw him once in a while, but we didn't really get to know each other in the '90s, early '90s. We were on the same label, Polygram, and lots of memories from those days that we've been laughing about people at the time, or record company people that we knew. But yeah, Steve's fantastic, unbelievable, really a great talent. On drums, we have Carl Rockfist, who was actually the original drummer for this band. Was supposed to be Jimmy Clark from Demolition 23, and when we started the band in 2010, we were in LA rehearsing for 3 weeks, and then at the end of it all, Jimmy decided he let me know that he could not commit to this 100%. So, in all fairness, he said he would just, we would find another drummer. So we were in a big hurry to find a drummer in a day, and we were in California the day before we were supposed to leave, and we got Carl Rockfist to audition, and he was fantastic. And as it turned out, he'd been living in LA for 15 years, but he was born in Finland. And his father was Finnish, his mother was Swedish, and he lived in, his wife was Swedish too, and he grew up in Stockholm. He was born in Finland. He grew up in Stockholm. So nowadays he lives in Stockholm again because of the band mainly. It's a little bit easier to get everyone together since everyone lives around the world. I mean, Steve lives in New York, Carl in Stockholm, Sam lives in Mallorca now. He used to live in New York. And the other guitar player, Rich Jones, is English. I mean, Steve's American, Sammy is Finnish, and Carl is Swedish, English, Finnish, American. No, I guess he's Finnish too, but he's Swedish, I guess. But we're all citizens of the world, international. The other guitar player that we had, originally we had Ginger Wildheart on guitar when we started, and actually, sorry, Carl Rockfist used to be in Danzig's band. He was playing drums for Danzig, and he was in a band called Chelsea Smiles. Now, the other guitar player, Ginger Wildheart from the Wildhearts, and his solo thing, and Hello, what was that new band he has? Yeah, Hello, or something like that. Hey, Hello, or whatever. The Wildhearts were taking a break, and he really wanted to be a guitar player in the band, so we started out with him on guitar. He plays on the Sensory Overdrive album, and co-wrote songs with us, and it was great. He decided that he wanted to leave in 2012 or 11, I forgot. But anyways, he was replaced by Dragan from the Backyard Babies, and Dragan was in the band for the following album, Horns and Halos, that we did, and that worked out great too. And then Dragan had his solo album coming out, plus he was going to have a reunion with his old band, Backyard Babies, so he said he had too much on his plate, so he had to leave. And he was replaced by Rich Jones, who was already sitting in for him around the time, because Dragan was so busy that we had to have Rich sit in for him. And it was a natural change, and Rich is also a great songwriter, like Dragan was too. But all these three guitarists are really great songwriters, great players, great performers. And Rich now is really fitting the band real good. I mean, he was already doing our artwork and stuff. He was in a band, was it Amen? He was a band called Black Halos, and I think it was yeah. He grew up in he lived in Canada when he was growing up for a while, and but now he's English anyway, and he's living in Berlin now. So Rich lives in Berlin. Sammy Alpha lives in Mallorca in Spain. Steve lives in New York, and Carl Rockfist in Stockholm. I live in Turku, Finland. So it's a bit of a challenge to get us all together in one place. That's why we never rehearse, hardly ever. You know, we have like one or two rehearsals at the most before a tour, and but luckily everyone's such great players that we don't need to rehearse much. So even a sound check will suffice sometimes. So that's a good thing about this band. Everyone's absolute professionals and great guys, and these are my best friends. It's really rare when you find a band with such great chemistry and such great guys. And really, I love this band, and you give up a certain amount of control if you want to have a band like this with democracy and with the chemistry like this. You give up a certain amount of control, but I don't want. I mean, I've made a couple of records where I play everything except for the drums, and I know what it's going to sound like. So, collaborating with other people is what I love the most, and we have a great chemistry here, songwriting wise, playing wise, and vibe wise. We have a great vibe and great spirit in the band, and that it's really hard to find. Like happens once in a blue moon. So really happy with these guys. So I hope that answered your question. Thank you.